Okay, if you like this video, subscribe to my channel, but let's get right to it. So my wife and I are on a Netflix kick these days. We watched Murder Mystery, and then we watched also Always Be My Maybe on Netflix. And I have to say, I really enjoyed this film. I did not fall asleep watching it. I laughed throughout the movie. It stars Ali Wong. She plays a character named Sasha Tran, who's a chef, and she's opening up this restaurant. She lives in LA, but she's opened up this restaurant in San Francisco, and that's where she grew up with her neighbor best friend Marcus, played by Randall Park. This movie was written by Ali Wong, Randall Park, and Michael Galamko. Please, I butchered that. Sorry. So they had a really big hand in making this movie come to life. It's streaming on Netflix. Like I said, it's a Netflix movie. James Sato played Marcus's father in the movie. He was a scene stealer. Every time he showed up, he just was stealing scenes from the two leads. Michelle Buteau, I believe, she was a scene stealer as well. She was one of the friends and co-workers with Ali Wong's character, Sasha Tran. I have to say, the movie starts off where they're really young. They're like 12-year-olds. Maya Sek, I believe you say her name. She played the 12-year-old version of Ali Wong in this thing. And Amerson Men played the 12-year-old Randall, or his character was Marcus and Sasha. They were fantastic, and when they morphed into teenagers, and then they kind of, what they did was they put makeup on and kind of dressed Randall and Ali as themselves. They played themselves, but they dressed them to look younger, and it worked. It worked for the purpose it was serving, to show time passing until they go on and do the things. Well, I don't want to spoil too much of this movie because it really is a lot of fun. The director, Nanachka Khan, did a fantastic job. The pace of the movie kept me right involved, and everything was just a flowing story. But the big reveal that has, you know, dominated the headlines and everything was this cameo by Keanu Reeves, playing himself as Keanu Reeves. Now, I honestly thought when they said cameo, because he's out doing promotion for Toy Story 4, they're talking about that, they're talking about John Wick, you know, 3, he's having a big stellar year, all this kind of stuff. I thought it was just going to be this one little cameo where he said hello or something, or grabbed coffee, or don't know. He was in like 10 minutes of the movie, and it was so awesome. Seeing him playing a hyper-realistic version of himself. I know they're doing that a lot of these days, you know, with actors, where they play themselves on a TV show, but they're really not playing themselves. It's like this, you know, hyper-realistic version of themselves, and it did not disappoint at all. I laughed and was just, my mouth was on the floor during all these scenes with Keanu Reeves. Because, you know, people forget, unless you're like me, I'm 44 years old. I saw Bill and Ted's Excellent Adventure in the theater, and I even saw the Bogus Adventure in the theater when I was a kid. And, you know, Keanu's roots were in comedy, and then, of course, you know, Point Break happens, and then boom, 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 he's action star, he's Neo in the Matrix, he's Speed, he's the whole 9 yards. But he does do dramatic stuff as well. But to see him do this comedy as himself was just fantastic. It made you want to punch Keanu Reeves in the face, but you knew he wasn't really playing himself to be this, you know, weird actor. I mean, it was just, you have to see it, okay? And I don't want to spoil any of that stuff, but it is way more than just a cameo. I mean, he's in this movie, and he does a fantastic job, and this is a movie that I could definitely watch again. And it also, you know, it had a lot of Asian actors in the film, but this is not it didn't have an Asian film. I mean, an Asian feel to it, like Crazy Rich Asians or something like that. This was a very grounded story that everybody can relate to and watch and laugh and have a good time. And I don't feel like culture figured into this, which is the way we really should look at these films is that, you know, just because Asians are in the leads doesn't mean, you know, you should see it. It's a good film. It's a solid film, solid writing, solid comedy. And we really had a good time with this movie. So I definitely recommend it. Always Be My Maybe. It's streaming on Netflix now. Did you see Always Be My Maybe? If you did, let's talk about it in the comments section. And we'll see you on the next one.